Hello, I'm David Bocek and welcome to my video. The Mackinac Policy Conference is a waste of money. Now, if you're watching this video, you are probably from Michigan or possibly somewhere else in the United States like Chicago or somewhere else in the US or possibly Canada that has an interest in this issue. I believe this policy conference is a complete waste of time and money. So if you're here, you're definitely going to hear why I think this is a waste of time and money. Michigan's once-a-year shindig at Mackinac Island is a complete waste of time, money, and resources. Resources could be better spent elsewhere. And keep in mind, I am being kind up to a point. I could say a lot more, but I don't want to go on and on and on. So here we go with today's video. It's a place where the corporations, the rich, the lobbyists, and the globalists gather. There's a lot of bad ideas there. Some good ideas may come out of it, but that's usually limited in my opinion. I think resources could be better spent when it comes to our economy. This is a place where politicians go to get attention. It's a place where politicos go to get PR. And it's a place where the lobbyists go to buy off those same politicians, in my opinion. When I ran for state rep in 2010, I didn't attend. And my previous statements were a lot of the reason I did not attend. I was too busy seeing what real people think about actual issues and the future of their state. I was too busy walking door to door, walking 12,000 houses in 1 year to see what real people think about their lives, their future, and their children's future when it comes to just about everything. Basically, I didn't attend for moral reasons. If I ever ran again, I would probably run for an office at the county level. I may run again for office in Michigan, I may not. I really don't know what my future would hold in the state of Michigan politically right now. I probably will run again, but time will tell. We now have a state with no jobs. That is a fact. Michigan has essentially been in a depression, in my opinion, since 2001. People move in and out of the state, which means we have become a transient state for stability when it comes to people moving in and out of the state. The U-Haul is Michigan's universal symbol now. And we are last in education. I'm now 50 years old and it blows my mind that my home state, the state of my birth, is now last in education in our entire country. It's absolutely mind-blowing that this even happened here, with billions of dollars going into public education. Our state budget is not even remotely sustainable in the state of Michigan, based upon the state's leadership and our economy. When I ran for state rep in 2010, our state budget was $2 billion. Now our state budget is tens of billions of dollars and is not even remotely sustainable based on all kinds of different factors, obviously the economy among a lot of other ones. We do not have a sustainable budget, folks, in the state of Michigan anymore. We need job creation strategies in and out of government. We need public and private partnerships to help create jobs. Getting out of Hollywood was a mistake for Michigan. Thus, getting rid of the film incentives was a huge mistake for our state. It brought a lot of money into Michigan locally. We now have a public education system that is now completely failing us. We need tailored tax breaks for business that actually create jobs here. Michigan needs massive curriculum changes in schools with smaller class sizes for starters. That's just for starters. We need massive changes to the schools, in my opinion, to ever get out of this. The state should continue to push self-employment and alternative energy to create jobs here. We need to look at things a lot differently to get our economy moving again. This state is in a total quagmire economically. Something like the Michigan Policy Conference has done little or nothing to help change that. Michigan is last in almost all the key data. It is mind-blowing. We're now a state that is near the bottom in just about everything, or is on the bottom in some key data areas. These conferences have done little or nothing to actually change this. It's simply a place where a lot of elitists gather and blow a lot of hot air. They have not changed the state the way it needs to be changed. Okay, here ends this editorial opinion. On to some other things. My videos next week are going to be as follows. I'm going to do my last video on the cinema conspiracy section, which talks about if Stanley Kubrick actually faked the moon landings in 1969. That is the crux of the entire video. I'm also going to do the first video of part 5, the NASA plot, which talks about how NASA faked the moon landings. That is all in part 5, which is a fairly long section. My last video next week is going to be a film review on a film you have probably never heard of, but it's a great movie. In my opinion, it is one of the best films about dating that was ever made when it comes to rom-coms. It's an independent film. It's one of the best dating films, or maybe the best dating film about dating in the Metro Detroit area. The name of the film is The Giant Mechanical Man, which was filmed here back in 2010. It starred big actors or actresses like Jenna Fisher, who was on the show The Office and Splitting Up Together on TV. It also had other big names in it like Chris Messina and Lucy Punch. It was an independent film that's obscure, but is still a really great film about the dating scene in America and beyond. There's also subtexts in the film, in my opinion, that talk about the horrible economy and the lack of opportunity in the state of Michigan. If you're really into independent films or cinema in general, do not miss this film review. It is a great movie that I'm happy to talk about. Okay, on to some other stuff. Please make a note that I no longer have a Spotify account. I also do not use AI in any of these videos. Once again, thank you for your time. Till next week, it's free to subscribe.